No one is celebrating in Cape Town, but there is an eager sense of both vindication and anticipation here, as South African officials await the long-delayed arrival of British murder suspect Dewani on Tuesday morning. "All systems are go," said Mthunzi Mhaga, a spokesman for the Department of Justice. Indications from law enforcement and prosecution are that they have a formidable case against him. He is not on a honeymoon. He is not on holiday. He is here to stand trial, and we want to see that happen within a reasonable period of time. "We have a clean track record, a very impressive one," Mr. Mhaga said, evidently still smarting from the criticism of naysayers who have been peddling lies about the capacity and independence of South Africa's police and courts. "They are eating humble pie now," he said. Psychiatric hospital. It has been a long wait for all concerned. South African police stand by the car center that the body of Annie Dewani was found in the township of Khayelitsha, on the outskirts of the city of Cape Town, South Africa. 14 November 2010. The body of Mrs. Dewani was found on the back seat of a car in Khayelitsha on 14 November 2010. Mr. Dewani left Cape Town 3.5 years ago after his wife, Annie, was shot dead on their honeymoon in Khayelitsha, a poor neighborhood on the windswept plains outside the city. A circumflex start quote. "The recent coverage given to the Oscar Pistorius trial has gone a long way to giving the international audience a look into our judicial system." William de Grasse, lawyer. South African prosecutors believe Mr. Dewani organized his wife's murder, a charge he has denied. He is likely to be whisked straight from Cape Town's airport to the High Court on Tuesday morning, and then on to the secure Valkenburg Psychiatric Hospital, on the edge of the city. He has been promised a single room and no prison before and during his trial. He may also seek bail. The South African authorities have agreed to send him back to the UK in 18 months of his mental health. He has been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, is not considered strong enough to cope with the rigors of a trial. But that possibility does not seem to be troubling the Department of Justice. "We are optimistic that after thorough examination of his condition, a declaration is likely to be made that he is mentally fit to stand," said Mr. Mhaga, acknowledging that such a decision lay in the hands of South African medical experts. Vindicated. Others with knowledge of the case agree that the trial is likely to begin soon. "I do think the South African medics would adopt a robust approach in trying to get the cause of Mr. Dewani's anxiety out of the way as soon as possible," said lawyer William de Grasse, who represented the Dewani's driver, Zolitongo Dewani. Pictured in August 2011. Dewani has been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. Zolitongo in court in Cape Town, December 2010. The couple's taxi driver Zolitongo was jailed for 18 years after he admitted his part in the killing. "The longer it takes, the greater the chance he may relapse. I think the idea is to get the trial over as soon as possible for his sake and, of course, for the sake of the victim and her family." Incidentally, Mr. de Grasse is also quite chuffed to see that the South African legal system has, to a very large extent, been vindicated. "I also think that the recent coverage given to the Oscar Pistorius trial has gone a long way to giving the international audience a look into our judicial system," he said. "And I'm pretty sure they've come away with the idea that it's a lot more sophisticated than they had thought. At least in the judicial sphere, Africa can give as good as it gets." Mr. de Grasse's former client, Tungo, is currently serving an 18-year sentence after admitting to helping arrange Annie Dewani's murder. 2 other men have also been convicted. Tungo told the police that Mr. Dewani had offered him 15,000 rand,